I swear I'm the only guy that could make lemons badass. I never, sorry, shout out to everybody here on the live, but that music with the lemons, it's like, wow. You know what I mean? Sorry for the profanity, but you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And just, so excited to be here every single day. Let's get that music back up and running in the background. Let's get the movement flowing. Filecoin up 29%, getting some gains. I know my lifer friend, he's a Filecoin man. Shout out to my man paying his bills with cryptocurrency trading. Shout out to my man lifer friend getting it done. Appreciate you, brother, more than you would ever know. Shout out to Mira. Shout out to James Gerard. Shout out to Garlington, my man, with the garlic sauce coming through. There was a garlic slice I used to eat in Sunnyside Pizza. Unbelievable. And look at Bitcoin. Back above 24,000. Only a matter of time. Shout out to the shorts who got liquidated yet again. We love you. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll make it fun for you guys. You guys don't know how to trade. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. I really apologize to all the people that keep shorting the market, but thank you so much because you're pumping our backs. So appreciate it. Every time you get stopped out and liquidated, you pump us up again. So thank you so much for doing that. Without you people shorting, we wouldn't be able to pump so hard. So God bless each and every one of you for shorting the market. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. It takes two to tango. So I appreciate you shorting the market and pumping my bags. Oh, the lemon water just tastes so amazing. And we got BOOKMAP running in the background here. And I'm not making mistakes because I stopped the BOOKMAP button, right? But look, what does BOOKMAP say? BOOKMAP says there's more liquidity at 23.6 than up here. But again, just because it's there doesn't mean it's happening. It could just be a Hail Mary order. When we shrink it down, we have far more buys than sells here. But we're doing nicely at 24,050. Kind of flat, I went to bed last night in the trading screen share and said, we're likely to wake up at 22,008, and that 23,008, that's what we did. Somehow that projection played out in 8 hours. But right now we're looking at this. It is more likely we come down to 23,200, but they're starting to build liquidity. 1 order, 2 orders. They're trying to match this block, but this block has not been matched. That's clearly a bigger block than this block. It's likely we don't hold this $24,000 area and we head lower, but we will see. Bears paying the bills, baby. Bears are paying the bills. Appreciate you, Bears. Thank you for paying our bills. I went on a nice steak dinner because of you, Bears. You guys bought me a Capitol Grill porcini ribeye, man. God bless you. You know what I mean? That Capitol Grill porcini ribeye. If you ever want to make me happy, take me to a Capitol Grill, order me the porcini rubbed bone-in ribeye. Oh my gosh. This thing. Whereas I want to get a picture. Show me a picture of the dang thing. It's aged in 13-year-old age right there. This one, oh my God, it comes out aged in balsamic 13-year balsamic vinegar. My gosh, this will melt in your mouth at the Capitol Grill. Whew. Had one of those the other night. Unbelievable. Thank you to the shorts for hooking me up. I appreciate it. I really do. Are you going to get a bit of the 1 second chart action like yesterday? Love that. Probably not. That's just here and there. That was when price action needs it. Let's talk about the dollar index taking a dump easy. All right, let's go over the dollar first. We don't normally do this, but we're going to go over the dollar first. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. So look, it was predetermined that we had this trend line here. All right, let's zoom out, shall we? So this was the dollar trend line. That's a bull flag that breaks up to the upside on a lot of smaller coins. Okay, you can pull a Fibonacci on this too as well, mine as well, and you can see that we bounced pretty close to the 618, but we're in between the 0.5 and the 618. So, kind of a strong bounce technically. It also was a very large resistance area, a support area, because we had resistance, and we did bounce off of 101. So the dollar had a little bit of a recovery here. How good is it going to be? Is it a fake out breakout or is it going to last? That is the question. So we're going to talk about it. So you see the bigger picture. You see how this is obviously a trend line that we broke through. Okay? We're going to zoom in now. You're not going to see the bigger picture anymore, but I just want you to feel comfortable with your mind, organized with your head, and see the bigger picture. All right? Now you'll see my beautiful face too with the bigger picture. All right? How was it without my face? Could you handle it? What if you never saw my face? You probably would still love the channel. You'd wonder who this man is with the voice. It would have been even better because you would have been like, who is this man with the voice? It would have been so alluring. Like Tito, remember when he didn't show his face for years and he finally revealed? I thought Tito was like a skinny, cigarette-smoking, like 50-year-old dude from London. I thought I was going to see this like skinny, you know what I mean? Like guy who stares at the chart, and then I see this young dude. Funny, I was blown away. I didn't, you know what I mean? So let's break it down. Let's see what's happening. A resistance point, as you see I have drawn here. Why? Resistance twice at 104.50. And you can see that we kind of came back above to 104, about 66, and got rejected by this level. So that's a level of resistance for the dollar. We did show you this bull pennant that started. And honestly, isn't it crazy how TA plays out? Look, that's a double bottom. The double bottom has a measured move from the middle of the W. You know, and look, that's kind of, you know, pretty nuts how the W plays out like that, so on and so forth. But that is technical analysis, pattern trading. Then we made a rising wedge that broke out. I found this flag. We fell out of the flag, but we retested this, bounced back to the upside. Crazy price action. You could consider this a shoulder, that a bit of a head, and that a shoulder broke out. Now we're retesting the neckline of the head and shoulder. It's almost like we broke out. We want to find out if this is support for the dollar. It may be the way the 1 hour is coming down. If the 15-minute is curving on the low, see, what I've been back to, basically my brain has been watching price come to support and then watching how the stochastics look. So I kind of have like a photographic memory on hundreds and hundreds of assets. So here, I mean, you would expect a bit of a bounce here. So a lot of alts were pumping quickly. ELON was pumping. They were pumping because the dollar index was dumping. Probably US Tether too as well, because Tether's going to be coupled with that dollar. So you're getting that fall to the downside out of this wedge here, right? However, it does show support. We'd like to break this and get back inside. It's unlikely based off the 15 of the 1. This looks like we may be getting a bounce for the dollar this afternoon. I'd like an M pattern, though, and a dump even further down. But we'll go from here. We have resistance now for the dollar at 104.20 as we've lost that stage. So, again, we're back at my level of resistance. We're back at a support zone, the green zone for the dollar index. And it does look like we will get a bit of a move back to the upside. 15-minute getting low, 7-minute getting low, the 1 hour getting oversold. 4 hour actually, though, just getting started. So that's a good sign. Let's see if we can get a pin to the downside. So I can't stand that. When I leave the marker on and then I move the screen, it draws a marker. Or, you know, a little, I don't like that. Bearish engulfing candle on the 4 hour. No matter what that 1 hour does, this looks like a major dump for the dollar. Just like Bitcoin just did this. Remember, it didn't matter that the 1 hour was low. Bitcoin just continued to dump. So we want to dump, baby. We want to dump. So we're going to get rid of this, and this. This music's too much for me. I just want house. This ain't bad. This is all right. But. So this is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. This candle definitely began to break the trend to the downside. Easy peasy. The measured move would take you here for now to 102.97. We want to see this 4 hour take the dollar down all the way to 104 or 102.97. That's what we'd like to see. We'd like to see us get back. We want this to be a bull trap out of the bigger triangle. All right. So dollar breaking out of the falling wedge to the downside, right? Good sign. Let's get that dumpage to the downside for the 4 hour time frame on the dollar. All right. And eventually, we'd like to see the dollar break below its 200 SMA on the 4 hour time frame. That's what we're looking for. Shout out to Robert C. Take it down. DXY pinching aloof. Everyone now using Sam's TA. Ibiza's house is nice. Sam, thank you and your wife for the impact to this generation. God bless you, man. Thank you for saying that. May a retest for the DXY of the trend line. Man, your TA is absolutely, you're the man for saying that. God bless you. That's it. I love Tino Talks. I came from there to here. He's the man, dude. Super chats are open. Shout out to Crypto Lifer. Super chats, baby. Send them in. And look at the bulls defending 24K nicely. I can't wait to take a look at what's happening to Bitcoin, shall we? Shall we dance? Shall we dance with the elephant in the room? Should we play with the big boy? Bitcoin. Bitty Bitcoin. So let's take a look at what's happening. Now this morning, I saw that we were in an ascending triangle that could break up 50% or break down. We were right here. And what I suggested was it was likely that we would break to the downside or go sideways. Why did I say that? Because the 15-minute was overbought when I woke up this morning. However, we reset, and while I was in the shower and working out, which I work out from about 9:15 to 10 every day, this started to turn, and it held. So what I want to teach you is whenever you see the 15-minute stochastics bend, when you're at the end of a pattern and you respect the upward trend line, likely getting a move. But look, they brought it up. They brought it right back down. They brought it up again. They didn't want anyone getting in on this move. What I want you to understand is how the VRVP works. There's a beautiful gap here. So it tells us that we could easily gap up here to this level. This bigger channel is the falling wedge breakout area. The trade that I gave you is still open and absolutely beautiful, doing lovely. So, or the trade that I gave myself. Again, I didn't give it anyone, but the trade that I gave to the world that I put out. I publicly put out my trade to the world. That's doing well for Bitcoin right now, very nicely. Also, last night I bought Bitcoin on the low right there, $23,592 in front of everyone on my trading group. $5,000 I added to the thing, and I bought the exact bottom dip right there. That was pretty fun, right? Who saw me buy the bottom dip during the live? And it doesn't mean anything, but we got through these highs. It was super important. We were going to close a candle above 24,000, 23,900. We've done that. So now, you know what? Low liquidity Friday. I don't ask for a lot. Let's just close a daily candle above 24,000. Let's make a bit of a flag here, something nice. And then throughout the weekend and into Monday, we can easily pump through this gap of the VRVP and get right back to 24,006 and begin to kind of fulfill this hidden bullish divergence that desperately wants to play out. You can even see it on the 15, but it's on the 4-hour time frame. Everybody, if you trade and trade and trade and trade, eventually you'll fall into a few things that you like more than anything else. Hidden bullish divergence is my love. It's my love. And it is when you have a swing here and a swing here, and it's a downtrend on the RSI. See this? Flat or a downtrend. Could even be a slight uptrend. You match the swing here from this swing to this swing. See this? I'll take away the moving average to make it real apparent. This low to this low is an uptrend, but here it is not. That is hidden bullish divergence. Look, Google is your friend. Get anything you want right out of Google anytime you want it, ready to rock. Hit images. Look, I always have a typo, so don't mind me with my typing. Hey, I never plan on being paid to type. See it right here? This is a perfect picture of it. See how it's swinging up? And it always has this mountainous hill involved with it. It tells you you're going to break this high. Now, you may just break this high and then dump down. It doesn't mean you're going to go forever. But usually you're going to get a beautiful swing trade that's going to break the previous high. I've traded this hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. I've taught it to so many people. I've called longs for Bitcoin on it. I've called longs for all different types of positions and entries. And it's my go-to. I love it. And I see it right here. This tells me that Bitcoin will make a high above 25,268 in the coming probably 5 to 10 days, somewhere around there. I can't tell you exactly. CTA doesn't tell you when something's going to happen. It just gives you the idea of how it can happen, all right? So that's what I want you to understand for Bitcoin right now. 4-hour looks absolutely beautiful, and honestly, the 4-hour could just press the rest of the time frames. Like, we could just start, it could slip right here and we could dump. I want you to understand anything could happen. Bitcoin could dump all the way back down to here. 21. Bitcoin could dump all the way back down to here. Again, it would have to hit levels. We'd have to see bear flags first, and it would have to show us continuation bearish patterns. Price can't just go wherever it wants. It can free fall for a while, but eventually it's going to make a pattern on even at least the 5-second or the 1-second time frame. All right. Why was I on the 1 second yesterday? Because Bitcoin was moving super fast. Right now, Bitcoin's moving, but it's not moving that fast. We had a lot of volume in the game, and Bitcoin was pumping hard. It was like a stream that was just running. And to catch a stream that's running really fast and making patterns like this, right? It's bull flag, pump, do this, pump. It's going so normally. It just the volume's coming in, and it's still making the candles, but they're not making patterns as fast. So yesterday, I wanted to show you how you tackle a bull, how you tackle a fast bull, how you wrestle down a bull. I mean, that was Bitcoin at its insanest, just going insane, right? So, and now my $19,000 Bitcoin buy up $5,000 on 19K. I mean, that's a little over 25% gains in less than 2 months. Most people can't get that on a hedge fund. I got that in a substantial amount of money. And I bought a lot more Bitcoin below those areas too as well. 18,000, 17,000, 16,000, and continue to do so as well. So shout out to everybody out here. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And may God bless you all for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're with the Crypto Lifer. You are the Lifers. Together we make the most amazing show on earth. 11,000 followers on Twitter. You did it. You did it. Thank you so much for the love. 11,000 followers on Twitter. I greatly appreciate it. And I just want to see the poll here. Does Bitcoin ever go below 20K again? 360 votes. 44% say definitely. 18% say never again. And I know nothing. Usually the masses are wrong. So it's more likely that we never go below again because the majority of people think that we will. And usually the majority is wrong. So we shall see. But it's very close. The majority also knows nothing. So it's a smart idea. Love this. The future of gaming. Look at that pump. Look at this beautiful setup. And there I am on the screen right there, suited up, pocket squared out, sitting in your house. God bless you for this. I love this picture. Amazing, 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 amazing. Shout out to everybody here on the live. If there's a Black Swan event, it would definitely go back down. Okay. Yes, we will get that CME gap sooner or later, says he. Okay. Hey, it is a long bear market. I don't know if we may not be out of the bear market. We may have made a low, but anything is possible. So, yeah. So what do I see happening today? Well, right now the 1 hour is very overbought. That looks like that may be it. We're out of resistance for Bitcoin too as well. 24,000. So a little bit of trouble on the prairie. 50 minutes coming back down though and can kind of allure us for another move. 7 minute is suggesting kind of a move here. And BOOKMAP just has more liquidity lower than higher. Usually tells us that we will end up going lower. We may come up and hit 24.5 first. But, there's still these order blocks here down at 23.5 and 23,000. I'm curious to see, they're pretty big. So there's a high likelihood that they will get filled. What is this? This is BOOKMAP, a heat map with an order book. Just like you're looking at infrared goggles, the bigger the order, the redder the color. So I can see how many people are trying to buy on Bybit, Binance Futures, and OKX, amalgamated data. It'll also give me liquidations. All right. If you grab this indicator here, the liquidation indicator, and you get the jar file and add it in, it'll show you people getting liquidated. Right now, not a lot of liquidations, just a few here, a few shorts, then a few longs. So it's a little smaller than it used to be. You have cumulative volume delta down here too as well, and you get the buy and the sell liquidations. More buy liquidations than sell at the moment. At the CVDs at negative 1,400. All right. So when we zoom in here closely, the liquidity is bigger down here. Look, 547, 634, 300, 300, 220, 930 Bitcoin at 23,200. They could be Hail Mary orders. People thinking they hope they could get them filled, and they may not get them filled. Only time will tell. We do not know. Shout out to the 700 beautiful souls in the live stream. Shout out to the 241 likes. Thank you so much for the likes. I greatly appreciate everything the Lord sends my way. Thank you, dear Lord, for every like, every person, every view, every single thing that you brought into my life, every win, every loss, too, that I've learned from. May God bless this earth and each and every one of the good souls that follow it and want to live by nature, love, and the pursuit of happiness. And just shout out to the high frequency, high vibration individuals who only want to help other people raise to the idea, who don't use hate, who live in love and push love as their stream. If you use the word love more than 50 times a day, God bless you. If you have a hard time saying the word love, we're here for you. We can help you. If you say the word hate more than you say love, like if you're like, and you might not even notice, you might actually be a pretty cool person that's pretty relaxed. Maybe like, man, I hate the color. I hate when this bread gets burnt in the toaster. I hate when I burn my eggs. You know what I mean? You want to use the word love as much as humanly possible and not use the word hate. So this is weird. I mean, this liquidity is building and it seems to want to rise. Even though I know there's more liquidity down here, I'm getting this feeling that Bitcoin's going to want to go up a little more. Possibly another short squeeze seems to be brewing. And there we go. Somebody just got liquidated. These are actual people losing their entire account. Someone just lost $500, liquidated, and they're gone. That's their money for the week. Boom. Liquidation. They could have used that money to spot trade, or they could have used that money to join our trading group and learn the special sauce, right? So look, all time frames are overbought. It's the old saying, right? All time frames are overbought. But the 7 minute abs. Remember that? 7 minute abs. It's in a weird, symmetrical triangle, we could say. It almost fell out, fell back in. I don't mind this type of stuff. I call it trap happy. I don't know what you would call this. There's a name for it, right? 775. We're on our way to 777. Dude, that's going to be the weekly candle close. Can you believe that? The 777 live stream on Sunday night. Of course, we end the week, the 7th day of the week. Or is actually, some people say Sunday is the first day of the week. I believe it is. It's supposed to be, right? So we're looking at this. I mean, this could break out. The 7-minute could get a short squeeze to 24,800. BOOKMAP suggesting there's a big order up there at 24,005 that could get us started. We already just saw 2 liquidations now as we flatline again, but it's interesting. Oh yeah, this is lo-fi with the fast fi. Yeah. No, I know what lo-fi is, man. I know what lo-fi is, bro. This is lo-fi with the but it has a trippy beat in the behind the lo-fi. I love lo-fi. Trust me, I'm a lo-fi dude. Whenever you catch me doing stuff, I'm doing lo-fi. I've been doing you. Go to my last live streams years ago. All I did was lo-fi. That was like the whole live stream was lo-fi. This just has that like. I should do the old beats. What if I did the beats? What if I did the beats, right? And I somehow did the live stream. I was like. So I'm done. All right. All right. So look, we're looking at Bitcoin here in the zone. Sorry. I don't know where that came from. I'm out of my mind. We're looking for Bitcoin in the zone here, and we could see a short squeeze. We very well could hit a short squeeze, man. Stick to the day job, man. Super chats, GRT, and MOVR. Let's take a look at that, man. So look, this is a bit of a, it could be considered a symmetrical triangle. See how we're low in the stochastics? I wouldn't be surprised if we got this push out. The idea is we got to break this local high for 24,254. There seems to be a want to squeeze the shorts yet again. And it's looking like we may get the short squeeze. This order is hanging at 24,005, 24,006. And look at that volume that just came in again. Interesting enough. I mean, that's a lot. That's a big volume. I mean, we could get a huge spike out of that. That could get the bots flowing. The short squeeze is beginning. I'd be careful here shorting this market. I'd be careful shorting the market. Lo-fi, short lo-fi video is a term used to describe a type of music product that intentionally emphasizes imperfections or limitations in sound quality or technology. I was just thought, but it's also like laid back. Just waiting on the short squeeze, but that was horrible. Your ADH kicked in hard, element. Yeah, that was horrible. You're funny. DXY is dubbing. 1 hour looks beautiful. Yeah, and we've talked about the DXY. That's why it was the first thing we went over. And I just looked at this. I mean, this could possibly, it pumped, came back down. It's tempting to pump again here. Clayton getting tight on the self-admitted. If we get this short squeeze, it looks like Clayton will follow Bitcoin for a quick 8% gain here. It gets above this high volume node. It can moon to the volume area high. So, and it, very well could make a moon here. I'm watching Clayton in this tight channel. Elon's been pumping too. I watched Elon in this tight channel this morning in his 7-minute flag. It came up, came back down. May make another move again too as well, doing something similar to Clayton. Almost like it fell out of the pattern, fell back in a way, Clay Thompson for 3. You're funny. Clayton. Manifesting good things. Shout out to everybody here. People sleeping on COTI pump from 8 to 7.5. Love it. Spreading the love, baby. COTI, baby. Let's talk about COTI. COTI's been a hot coin. It's got some AI feels. It issued the stable coin It issued the stable coin for Cardano. I believe that's a big deal, right? You know what I mean? Stable coin for Cardano. Let's take a look here at COTI. So I had it in this cup and handle, hidden bullish. That's the only one thing about hidden bullish is it can swing a little lower than the previous hidden bullish. So look, if we look at it here on the daily, yeah, this swing low to the downside here. But there you go. And then the hidden bullish played out right there. So sometimes it could be there, but then we fell, but you still had the hidden bullish and extended this. So I was a little early on the flag. We lost the point of control. That's the thing, too. Once you lose a point of control, you're going to try to find another level of support or resistance, some other area. And right here, you have some candles that came down, so it looks like we chose that area as a way to halt the pain. Surprised we didn't get to this high-volume node down at 7 2/10 of a cent. COTI did make that nice pump up out of the move. I was looking for it. I was preemptive about it, but there you have it now. Still has gas on the daily, 22 a little overbought, and it's out of resistance. So you're looking for it to come out and retest this area. So you're looking for a breakout personally, and then a retest, you know. Flag kind of here on the 4-hour time frame that broke out. Has some more gasoline, likely to get to that next level. It looks like the 4-hour could push it up if Bitcoin gets a bit of a short squeeze here. And wow, we did get pretty much of a short squeeze all the way up to about 24,300. And we took out 398,000. 25 accounts just got liquidated yet again. Why do these people keep doing this? Why do they keep shorting the market? Somebody tell me why, please. Why do they keep shorting the market? You know what I mean? Why are they doing this to themselves? I'm looking at LYXE, looking nice in the 4-hour time frame. It's got a measured move to 1510, right? It broke out here. I look for a flag at a smaller time frame, but look at that shoulder head and the shoulder breakout. LYXE on the radar. It's been on the move, if you can see clearly. LYXE wants to go for its next big zone. I'd look for some type of retest of this level, some type of flag. LYXE looking nice to me. Looks like it could continue to the upside. Look out for a flag on LYXE. LYXE, even though the name and the ticker are completely different. LYXE, LYXE, all right? LYXE in an ascending triangle. You know what I mean? 22% gains coming. Boom. I am looking for a retest. I'm looking for a retest. Oh, I just realized yeah. I am looking for a retest or a flag. I don't expect a lot out of Fridays. If we get pumps on Fridays, so be it. And there's the short squeeze that we just talked about. 24,009, they're just going for them. And we had you at hello again. It started, what do they start the short squeeze? They're like, wait for Sam to get on. Sam's not on yet. 10, 10, 10, 15. Then they're like, all right, LIFER'S on. It's like coordinated. It's like the people who own BOOKMAP are like, all right, he's going to sell a lot of BOOKMAP right now. Short it. You know what I mean? It's pretty nuts. It seems like every time I come on, the shorts get squeezed. Massive short squeeze between 10:30 and 11 o'clock almost every single day. Look at the size of this short squeeze coming out. 266,000, almost $1 million getting squeezed. $500,000. You know what I mean? That's 4. You raise that up, that's about 7. Look at it going now. I just love the volatility. 24,300, and the pump continues for Bitcoin. And there we had it here in this little triangle. We got to get above this zone, though. That's our next level to break through. 24,250. All right, just like that. 250, 500. And you can see we bounced. We get above there. That's going to be a pretty cool area to hang out in. And again, remember, we're inside of this VRVP gap. We're in that fixed range. Another cool trick here. You can grab the fixed range from the backside. Grab it from the backside. I didn't say that, you did. But look, I was talking about this. I don't know what you were talking about. So look at this. There's a gap here, and there's a gap there too as well. And you can see a big gap in that way if we can get a move. Right now, we're getting rejected by resistance. We can't get above that resistance, as you can see. All right. And you can even swing this way. You could say we're in this like deranged rising wedge. Ooh, look what I see now, though. Interesting enough. interesting enough, look at this. It's got these weird diamond vibes. It's got strange diamond vibes in a way. We got a whipsaw in the middle there. To me, it's all about, I mean, the 7 has momentum. To me, it's can you get above this resistance now at 24,260, and change. We want to see that happen. That's what we're looking for. Crazy patterns. It's hard to make sense of this nonsense, but somehow I do it. Somehow my brain makes sense of the ridiculous nature of trading. It took years, though, to fumble around and figure out what they were doing. I basically became a bot. We know the measured move here could get us above that zone, too. So we can, for now, we can get rid of this because we didn't break to the downside. That was our measured move up. Little flag, big flag, channel. Very interesting for Bitcoin here. Very interesting. Bitcoin USDT on Binance or KuCoin. And I'm watching this too. Do we just make this beautiful triangle and bust to the upside? This would be nice consolidation, right? How nice would that be? And we would blast to 28,000, all right? So this is another thing that I'm looking at. You might just want to keep on your radar, take a screenshot. Remember this. Remember what the life has said. You never know. I could die tomorrow. You know what I mean? And you guys would be like, man, remember that guy that did TA every day of his life and then he passed away? He was cool. We love that dude, you know? You never know when you're going to go. Life's, and then you die. You never know when you're going to go. Life's, and then you die. That's why we fly, because you never know when you're going to go. I listen to that every day. What? Oh, I always think you're like criticizing, like, or coming down on me. I know. You're like Elsa. You and Elsa, just like Elsa, man. Seriously. Me and Eric have to have a long talk about you and Elsa. I'm just joking. I have the best wife in the world. Like, no one has a better wife than me. I would go on any game show. I mean, any game. But I would just go anywhere to attest that your wife is not better than my wife. Like, I would go to war on that. Like, you know. This kind of is a diamond. It's got some diamond vibes. I'll give you that. Diamond reversal pattern could reverse us right back down to the dumpsies. I'm just open-minded here. I'm just being open for you. You know what I mean? Just kind of throwing it out there. It doesn't look too great, but I'm just throwing it out there. All right, what I'm doing here is I am going to look at the ones. I never did it, but, I just want to check it out. We do see some heavy volatility right now, so. Funny, the KuCoin order book's not as thick as the Binance order book. You can see by the see how the candles are like dotty? But so look, you got a cup and handle here. Right? Should break you out. You have previous resistance and you got a point of control. So now you got a new POC on the 1 second chart. 10x leverage, that's a 3.3% gain, right? But your liquidation rate will be, Can't lose the zone. Thank you so much for the love. Shout out to the subscriber from Dave Snow. God bless you, Dave. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you for being here. And everyone, get me to 40,000 subs. We're so close. Just need 80 people to send the love, I don't normally want to be on this. I mean, look what I see now, though. Head and shoulder. I'm not a fan of the 1 second chart, honestly. It was fun yesterday when the volatility was out of control, but it's not my thing. I'm not going to be doing that a lot. I don't want to make a habit of it. I don't want to be known as that guy. It was fun. I mean, I don't want to be known as, when it happens, it happens. All right. So look, again, what do I see happening for Bitcoin for the day? I mean, we got rejected by the short squeeze. I feel like we squeezed as many people as we could here on a low volatility day. Still got about $1 million in shorts almost to get squeezed here, about 600,000 to 700,000. Then we squeezed some longs too here while we're at it. Tell you, Friday's the worst day. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but remember me last Friday? Worst day to leverage trade. Leverage trading on Friday is like swimming in shark-infested waters on purpose and trying to get bit. It's just not a good look. All right? Not a good look. 7 minutes still has some gasoline. Could it pump to the upside? You never know. You never know. I like that we broke this local high of 23,899, and we're back above 24K. We also bounced off 24K right now. It's a pretty good sign too as well. And we got a gap here in the VRVP that could get us to 24,005, and then we could talk about it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we ended at 24,005, but it also looks like we may go sideways for the day. Small pennant here on the 7-minute time frame. All right. Falling wedge, in a way, broke to the upside, you could say, because we cleared this range and then we got above this resistance. Not bad. So now it's like really small time frame shenanigans. So we're kind of making something like this now. Bit of an ascender. An ascending triangle here, see? I say we go more sideways than anything else. And remember, the 1 hour's overbought, so eventually we're going to, the chicken has to come home to roost. Nice pump on the 1 hour. I'll give you that. Candle closes in 10 minutes. That's a strong candle close. And we could stay up here. We could be pinned by the 4 as the 4 begins to pump too. So lately, I've been trading the 4 hour and forgetting about the 1. Just, can't explain when I do it. I do it when it's time. It's like you got to know when to turn it on and off. And that's confusing. I get it. But again, the hidden bullish, and this idea tells me we're going to go higher. And I trust in that. And the 4 hour looks good. Lack of bearish momentum. I just, highly likely this 4 hour does pump us up. And remember, our measured move would be the length of this pole. That's just what you would get. And that's where we're going, to about 27,000, 2666, 26, So I do see a move above this previous high coming for Bitcoin. And I'll put my stamp on that. Now, I also don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. And if we break down and drop here and then make a bear flag, I'll have to change my stance. Another thing, though, that I talk about is as long as we stay above the 200 SMA on the 4 hour time frame, we're good to go. We got below it here. I got a little bearish. I didn't like that. Many bear markets have started, and you can stay bearish there. But again, look, we have a golden cross coming again now on the 4 hour time frame. We're about to get a golden cross, and these are moving averages are tight. I told you that price was going to have to come where? Come and kiss the 21-day moving average. Remember? It's going to eventually kiss it. This will come up. They will touch. And boom. Now, this one got pretty close. It's going to kiss it. 90% of the time it touches. There's like 10% where it just comes very close. But they have to meet. Look at these tight moving. I talk about tight moving averages, don't I? All the time. Look how tight these moving averages are. You technically have a trend there too. I'm going to get rid of that one. I don't need that one. This one is all I need. Just want to make this really clear and neat for you on the Binance chart. Smaller time frames are there. I'm going to get rid of this. Yeah, I guess I have to keep that there for market structure right now. I like to show you everything, but I also like to be neat. It's like, that's why I use more than one chart. Because, I want to give you every single thing that I'm seeing. I don't want to hold back a thing of my knowledge. I want to make sure you have what you get. You have all the skills you need to make it. All right. Shout out to the 800 beautiful souls in the live. 355 people, $19 in chat revenue. Thank you so much for the love. Yesterday was huge. 1,200 people on the live. It was big. I mean, it was a Bitcoin pump. I get it. But Bitcoin's pumping now, too. 24,138 for a Friday. That's a nice move. And we're just kind of we're in waiting, watching this 7-minute time frame, honestly. Attempting to make sense of what looks like a bit of a flag here on the 7 with a mini measured move back to could push us up to 24,800. What do I see happening for the day if I had to make a prediction? I believe we go sideways. If we don't get back above this area, 24,000, we go sideways. If we get above this, the short squeeze could continue. And again, I don't know. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I do not know where Bitcoin's going to go. I have no clue. You beautiful people do. If you're in my trading group, I was teaching everybody about the daily time frame. And I was teaching about how when the daily time frame moving averages get tight, price likes to pump up to the 200 SMA. I sound like a broken record. I've been saying this over and over and over again. Look, watch this. I'm going to do it now. You're going to remember this. When the daily time frame moving averages get tight, price likes to pump up to the 200 SMA. When the daily time frame and the moving averages get tight, price likes to pump up to the 200 SMA. When the daily time frame and the moving averages get really tight, price likes to pump up to the 200 SMA. When the daily time frame and the moving averages get really, really tight, price likes to pump up to the 200 SMA. When the daily time frame is like this and the moving averages are really, really tight, price likes to pump up to the 200 SMA. When the daily time frame and the moving averages are very, very tight, price likes to pump up to the 200 SMA. I'm going to say it one last time. When the daily time frame and the moving averages are very, very tight, price likes to pump up to the 200 SMA. Does everybody understand this concept? Does everybody here understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Okay. Shout out to everybody here in the live. Does it look to bump to the to the 200? You're funny. I still don't understand. Can you say that again? When the daily time frame and the moving averages are very tight, price action likes to pump up to the 200. Very good. Who said that? West? Very good. One more time. I think so. Can I hear it again? When the moving averages get very tight, price likes to pump up to the 200 SMA. All right. I gave everyone in my trading group a list of all the coins that are about to do this. So nice and simple and sweet. All right. They're going to all start doing them one by one. IXS did it. There it goes. Pumped up to the 200 SMA. I'm telling you, man, I figured out a lot of interesting things in trading. And this is one of the quick, easy ways to make some gain. Not easy. Nothing's easy, but this is a way. When the daily time frame and the moving averages are very tight, price likes to pump up to the 2MA. Yep. I'm just reading the messages. Very good. Jerson, Richard Santos, Aguinaldo. Very good. Feel sorry for your wife. They will stay in my mind and never make me sleep. You feel sorry for my wife because I tell her I love her 30 times a day. I worship the floor that she walks on. I never make her pick up anything. I open her door. I take her out to nice dinners and I get her fine jewelry all the time. And I tell her that I love her like constantly. I guess, I don't know why you would feel sorry for my wife. She has a dang good life. You know what I mean? But let's take a look at the super chats. GRT, MOVR, LCX, GRT, TRB, and FLOKI on KuCoin. Thank you. Can I have another? Shout out to Buck Carruthers in the game. Shout out to Bucky. Appreciate you, brother. I remember Dan Carruthers. I worked with him one time in New York. Do you know Danny? Made gains on that AGLD from the screen share pattern. Is looking crazy now. Hey, Sam, I usually base my swings in the 4 hour. Can you explain why you switch from the 1 hour to the 4 hour? Learned a lot here. Appreciate your time frame. I swing the 4 hour too as well. I just use the 1 hour to get into the best possible trade at the best possible time. Like a lot of times you'll look at the 4 hour and it will look nice, right? But the 1 hour will be high on the stochastic, like here. So like you might want to get in, but look, you're likely to get a pullback on the 1 hour time frame, and that's going to give you a better entry, most likely. So I wait for the 1 hour to come down slightly, or I flag out, the smaller time frames, because the smaller time frames are going to help you project a better entry. And you don't have to, though. I tell all my students, that's if you want to be anal. If you don't want to be anal, you could just get in with a stop loss deeper. However, you can usually scalp with bigger money with my strategy, because you don't have to risk as much to get in. Like, you're trying to find the best possible entry. You're trying to find the exact entry, technically, which, you'll never be perfect, but Lifer is the luckiest woman in North America. Hey, shout out to you. Got to use the small time frames to snipe the big time frame entry. Amen. That's what my man Druid Crypto is saying. Shout out to Emery. Can you check my super chat? We will check every single super chat when I'm good and ready. No, I will check your super chat, man, immediately. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Immediately, sir. Hey, Sam, I usually base my swings. Thank you, Sub-Zero. Appreciate you for the love and the likes. Let's take the ES1 here on the S&P futures. I've just been going with it every day, so I want to see, even if it's not correlated. But it looks somewhat correlated. We could be making a shoulder, a head, and a funky right shoulder, or a double bottom here. What I don't like is that we fell out of the pattern that already had the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. We didn't get the move to the upside. The breakout of that inverted would have taken us to 42.4750. If you're trading securities today, you're struggling a little bit, right? S&P is kind of, but look, it's in this channel. In my mind, it's in a bit of a, a bullish rectangle, so to speak, or kind of a broadening falling wedge. Measured move is the length of this pole. I don't want to do that. Boom. Take this off. We want it. We want to party. We like to party. We like to party. We like to party. Look, ES1 wants to bounce back to the top of the channel, though. However, the 1 hour is pushing up, and you didn't see. Stochastics are a beautiful indicator because what they do is they show you momentum. When the stochastics did what it did here and pushed all the way to the upside the way it did, like you went from this low to this low and you got the pump and you didn't even break a previous high, it's just not a good sign. Like, you know what I mean? Price action should have moved up more with the movement of the Stokes. How come? So when price action doesn't follow the stochastic, it gives me an indication that price action is lacking. What's happening here? Something is brewing, in my humble opinion. Bit of an issue here, right? We could also look at this like a rising wedge that broke to the downside. See this? And we lost the point of control, which means you could fall all the way back down to the value area, to the volume, the high volume node here, 3,863. It's interesting. So we have 4,069. Previous resistance is our bounce. This is a double bottom area. Let's hope the 4 hour is beat to the ground and we're going to get a bounce, and the minutia of the 1 hour doesn't matter. So, I mean, this S&P needs a bounce, and it needs a bounce bad. All right. So far, it got it a little bit here, but it's struggling with 2 wicks to the downside. So you don't want the S&P to lose this area. You don't want the S&P to lose the 200 SMA on the 4 hour time frame. So we would like a break back above this point of control for the S&P. Doesn't look amazing. The 1 hour looks like it's going to struggle a little bit. So it looks like this afternoon's not going to be amazing for securities. All right. Bitcoin's in better shape for whatever reason. I looked at EOSC. Someone maybe asked me about it, or I drew this EOS force. And you can see this thing mooned. And once it got another thing. So once price pumps up to the 200 SMA, that's the first move. Then it usually gets rejected by it, makes a move. Once it gets above it, though, it can fly. And so getting above the 200 SMA is a big move. You can front run this idea on the daily by using the 22. And you could start to kind of slowly build a bag when the 22 makes a golden cross. Once that happens, you should get the pump on the daily above the 200 SMA. It's another way to use moving averages in conjunction for a move that you watch in I call them progressive moves because you trade them in progression. Like you watch certain time frames play out certain ways and they kind of go into your favor in that manner. CGG continue to pump. YGG Yield Guild Games. I didn't have anything on this. I'm not, But what this did do is that, look, it pumped up to the 200 SMA again. That one had a smaller move. You like it when it has the gap. Actually, it did it back here. Sorry. But like this is one that you could have played. It'll pump up to the 200 SMA. See? So when you see this, I want you to start to recognize this. And what's great about it is it's also a foolproof way to buy like the exact bottom. Like not foolproof. Anything could happen. I should say it. Nothing is foolproof. But it's for me personally, I found. I don't know about you. I have to just go with my life. My life's experience, but it's been a way to buy the bottom with confidence because I've seen this happen so much. I don't fear that we're going to go lower. I'm like, oh yeah, it's so much likelier that we get to the 200 SMA. OPC did it too as well. Opacity did it. It pumped up to the 200 SMA. The moving averages got tight. You got close right here. That was a buy area. We pumped up to the 200 SMA. OPCT, opacity. These aren't easy because they take time and they can go up and down. They take patience, but one day you wake up and it hit a target, And usually it should sell at the previous resistance too. In that, so bang, OPC to 18, 018, and there's a nice gain of 58% gains too. So these are the things that we're teaching on our trading group. These are the strategies that we put forward. Okay. What's the word, Big Bird? Keep up the great work. I am heading to a commercial real estate conference and have you on as I'm heading that way. Keep grinding. Shout out to Toshi Yoshi. Tell everybody about the Crypto Lifer when you get to the conference. Tell them about the Lifer, baby. Tell them you're a Lifer. Let's take a look at GRT, which is our first super chat in the game. And we're going to rip through these super chats now at 11 o'clock. Thank you so much for the love. Oh, I see something nice. So the daily looks really good for GRT. This is the biggest coin of all, highest market cap of all the AI coins. It's the big daddy. It's like the Bitcoin of the AI coins, right? Graph link protocol, or the graph. I own a huge bag of this personally on Coinbase. When it first got to Coinbase, started getting into it at 30 cents. All right. Went to $3, did a 10x. If I remember correctly, right? Let me make sure I'm not talking out my face. Yeah, 287, 286, yeah. It did a nice 10x, this coin. Can it do another 10x? I believe it can. Back to its all-time high and maybe rip through it and get into price discovery. When all these coins started getting to their all-time highs, that's going to be so much fun, everybody. There's a time when every other day, every day, 4 to 5 coins hit their all-time highs and then go past them or bounce. I mean, it becomes fun. Like, trading just changes. The whole scenario is different. It gets pretty interesting. I'm telling you right now, get ready. So GRT looking really nice in what looks like to me is, you know, I'd say I even go as far as this is a bull pennant. It's not a symmetrical triangle. It's a bull pennant. It's just too sleek and tight. It has symmetrical. It has ascending triangle vibes. How it has this upward trending bottom. But I like what I'm seeing here for GRT. And what I also see is a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder inside the zone here. It gets above this point of control. In my humble opinion, it's gone. So once you get a 1 hour or 4 hour candle closing above 18055, I mean, this thing can rip. And it's going to rip to about 34 cents, in my humble opinion, double up. So I wouldn't be surprised if it went up another 100. Everyone that missed this run up is starting to plan their escape in these tokens. I'm starting to build bags in these tokens. I've been talking about it. I've been breaking it down for my, everyone I've been, in my trading group. I've been saying, hey, this is what I'm doing. I feel the need to get into AI coins and build bags. I have a 2-year plan to turn 18,000 into well over 180 grand. I'm going to take the 180 grand out once I hit it, leave the rest in, and I'm going to put that on a down payment, maybe even 2 down payments. I could probably after taxes, I might be able to put 60 and 60 grand on 2 $300,000 condos, 20% down on 2, or maybe 120 to see the mortgage lower. Then I'm going to rent those condos out in Sarasota, preferably near the water, near the downtown area. So AI, you're going to make one of my first real estate investments come true in the next 2 years. And that's how I plan on using the money. You got to have a plan for your money before. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. This is my life, what I'm doing with my money, right? And I just want to take you along the journey, and I want to kind of walk you through what happens as I do it, right? So I find it fun and beautiful. I think, I used to meet Kevin do this. He would take me through his life, and I'd watch as he accumulated more and more wealth, as he bought more real estate. And I watched a lot of Meet Kevin on YouTube. He changed my life. I watched a lot of YouTubers that changed my life. All right? YouTube has changed my life. That's why I'm here giving back to all the people that gave back to me. So another reason why I'm on YouTube every day is because I learned so much from it. I learned how to play guitar, piano, songs. I learned how to teach my daughter things. I learned medicine and all sorts of ways to keep myself healthy. I learned how to build a walkway outside. I learned so many things. Anytime I have an issue, I go to YouTube and I figure out how to fix it myself. YouTube is the DYR place to get it in. You want education in crypto? You come here to get it. YouTube has every single thing you need. We can teach each other. I think traditional schools are going to fall off. It's really, this is the future. Finding what you want to learn and going after that instance of learning, So again, remember, the 1 hour could get pinned. Here's the scenario. I do like to wait for the 1 hour to come down, but what if the 1 hour gets pinned and the 4 hour just takes off and these coins just absolutely rip? What if that happens? What do we do? What do we do? So in that scenario, right, even though sometimes I like to wait for the 1 hour, I might just enter the trade anyway. However, when I enter the trade on the 4 hour, the stop loss is deeper than when I enter on the 1 hour. I may use this area. Now, if the 1 hour came down and bounced, I could get in. I might put the stop loss, I might put a stop loss on the 4 hour here, but on the 1 hour there. Or I might put the 1 hour one here and the 4 hour one there. You see? So if I'm not going to wait for confirmation of the smaller time frame, my stop loss is going to be usually a little lower. All right? Does that make sense? And my position size will not be as big. I kind of want to open this up and give this space. an idea that we may actually head a little lower and bounce here, right? We still got the idea of the inverted head and shoulder. Still have kind of a cup with a handle. Also looks like a bit of a scallop for GRT. And I already have a set. I'm pretty sure I had a setup for GRT already in the trading group. I love the long position because what it does is it just gives you the risk-reward ratio. I want to find this number. Whenever I trade, it's got to be a 3 or better. I mean, I'm going to risk 26 to gain 100. It's a beautiful trade. Can't beat that. If I get stopped out, so be it. We're above high volume nodes. We've gotten up and we've challenged these areas of support. We've double bottomed there. I mean, now we're looking at like an SR flip of this area. I just like what I'm seeing here for GRT. And I would not be surprised if this thing got busy. So shout out to the super chat for GRT. Shout out to everybody that kicks it on the live stream with me. May you all stay blessed and have a wonderful day. I'm not going anywhere. I just want to shoot some love out to your life. Hope your wife is doing well if you're a man. Hope your husband's doing well if you're a woman. If you are they or whatever that new stuff is, I'm still trying to get used to it. God bless you. You know what I mean? No harm, no foul. I just want everyone to know that we love you all. And if you want to change your life and do something great, do something great. You know what I mean? I don't want to discriminate against anybody, but, you know, GRT. So, possible inverted head and shoulder. Oversold in the stochastic. So, and it could dump on your face and stop you right out in 2 seconds. There's no guaranteed just because it looks good that it's going to move. I mean, there's a high probability, though. You have falling volume with falling price. You have a lot of reasons for me why it looks like we're losing sellers and the buyers would step in here. And the bots would begin to want to taste this. And even though it does have a $1.8 billion market cap, people want to get in on this and people like it. So, yeah, it's been hot. It gets talked about a lot. A lot of people like it. I think there's far better plays. I already own it, so I'm stuck with it. And I'll just DCA into it at the low to kind of balance off my position. But, you know, I don't know if I would take GRT. I would swing trade it maybe. I don't know if I would actually trade it based because I believe there's smaller AI coins that could blow, right? Let's take a look at MOVR, Moon River, which we talked about yesterday. Didn't look too good, right? It had a funky channel. So yesterday we said, well, it's in this, you know, it's going to do one of two things, right? It kind of had pumped up, came back down, then it pumped up again. Like, kind of a weird price action, to be honest with you. To me, that looks like DeFi liquidity pool. Like, people wanted to get in, someone taking some money out like a whale, and then people trying to... It's almost like these are representations of DeFi because the price action doesn't really resemble swing trading. It resembles people getting in and out of farms and pools and stuff. Yeah, hard to make sense of this right now. I guess what we have here is a very slim falling wedge that, you know, maybe So that was it there. There's your cup and handle. And it had a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, and it broke to the upside. It's at resistance now, though, and the 4 hours getting overbought, unlike the other coin we just talked about that was oversold, right? GRT was down here. This kind of made its move today already, a little late on to the party. Had an inverted head and shoulder break to the upside. I mean, that was the play. You had a shoulder, you had a head, you had a right shoulder, and you broke out. You're now at resistance, and you're getting overbought on the 1 and the 4 hour time frame. If you really like this coin, you would want to see it retest or make a flag above 943. And then I would flag it out here on the 1 hour and wait for the 21-day moving average to touch price action. And your next bigger move would be this length of this pole to the upside and get somewhere up to about $12, you know. 25% gains, right? 30% gains, $3 on 9 for MOVR. Not really my cup of tea right now. The 4 hour's a little high. This is where I would put an alert on the 4 hour right here somewhere. But again, the market's looking interesting. We could get a move. You never know. Let's talk about HIODBS. I put it out not too long ago, and it's been moving. You know, it's holding a gain of about 47%, and now the stop loss can get raised to break even, and you're in the money. Shout out to anyone that got into this. Shout out to all the thank yous, and I appreciate people who reach out. 4 hour pushing to the upside now with legs. That still has gas, so no reason why it might not stop. It actually could continue. I don't like this shoulder, this head and this shoulder, pretty weird. But what I look at it as was a breakout fake out of this pattern. So it broke out, came back in, and now it wants to break out again. The 1 hour, again, is high on the whole market. And that's what I brought up to my group this morning in the trading group. I was like, you know, I like some setups, but the 1 hour is just overbought on the whole market. Now, it could stay pinned. It could stay pinned here, and the 4 hour could drill us to the upside. I've seen it. It's more likely we make some type of flag on these smaller time frames. So you flag out the 15 and the 1. And then if you still can't make sense of it, but you like the 4 hour time frame, you just, you know, you enter the trade with a stop. I personally enter the trade with a stop loss below the actual pattern, you know, and not this coin. I'm talking about any situation in general. Like, you can either pinpoint accurately, try to get in on the smaller time frames, or you can just set it and forget it on a bigger time frame. I want to reiterate this because a lot of people thought every single time I trade, I have to be super, you know, and, you know, I like doing that. But there's some days where I just plop it, put the stop loss, and let it rock. You know what I mean? But this trade is another winning trade in the trading group, up 44% gains. HIODBS in the game. Bang. And I believe that hit gains like a few days ago, but it just continuing to go up. Right? No, I guess we could add this to the list. HIODBS up. And then look, we flagged it here, then we flagged it out again. Let's take a look at LCX. They got it on Coinbase, LCX token. Right off the bat, I see a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder that broke out, came back down to the line. I like the consolidation. Let's look at the bigger time frame. Okay. I'll delete my work from months ago. Okay. Now, it hasn't been on Coinbase too long, right? Since about November of 2021, about a year, right? Not pretty interesting. Bitcoin, just so you know, holding 24,270 inside. They squeezed more people on the shorts, and it looks like we may have to go to this, fill this order. I mean, 24,500 looks like it definitely wants to get, I mean, now it's close and it's big. Kind of looks like we almost filled it in a way. Futures, how high did the futures get? Let's take a look at the CME or BTC perp. Yeah, 25,290 so far. And there's a gap right there. Everyone thinks we have to fill it. You don't have to fill the gap. Honestly, there's a gap right here that we have to fill at 28,000. So we might have to fill this gap first. This gap's actually, yeah, we might have to come fill this gap first. And no one's talking about this gap. That's what I love. Everyone likes to talk about the gap to scare everybody. What about the gap that's going to pay us? That's a pretty sweet gap. Looks like we're going to fill that gap too. So which gap do we fill? This one or this one? What's a CME gap? Let's make this a TikTok video or a video we put all over the place. It's a good segment video. I'll make myself real big so the resolution isn't as bad. How's that? And you can maybe circle me out. Hi, everybody. My name is Sam Price. I'm a professional crypto trader, and I do a live stream every single day, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Saturday. Hi, my name is Sam Price. My name is Crypto Lifer. I'm a professional crypto. Hi, my name is Sam Price. I go as Crypto Lifer on YouTube. I make a live stream every single day from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. A lot of people talk about gaps in CMEs, CME futures. All right, that's where they trade Bitcoin futures. Now, a lot of times it closes on the weekends, but Bitcoin makes a huge move. And what happens is we get gaps, and these gaps kind of ended up, people say, have to get filled. Right? So like right here, we have a gap in Bitcoin between 19,900 and 20,900 about, you know, sitting in this area. A lot of people believe that we could double top here and end up having to fill this gap, come back down to this area. And honestly, there's a bit of a trend line here that we may actually hit. And that makes some sense. Like, look at that. We could be forming a bigger ascending triangle. Look what I just saw this for the first time. Epiphanies whenever I'm making these videos for you guys. Look at that. That could be a beautiful ascending triangle. We could come all the way back down to this VRVP. We can fill that gap. Very, very possible that this could happen. Never thought about it till now. It's a possibility. Also a possibility this is a shoulder. That's a head. That's kind of a right shoulder. And we come and fill this gap. Here's another gap between 28,700 and 27,400. 95% of the gaps do get filled. So there is a 95% chance that we do fill this gap. However, 5% of gaps do not get filled. And not every gap does get filled. This could be a gap that never gets filled. So, what do I say? I actually just act like it doesn't matter. I look at the charts and trade the charts. Whatever the chart tells me. We're in a bull flag, I trade that bull flag. We get above support and we bounce, I trade that retest. I do not care about the gap. I keep it in mind, but it's not a big deal to me. So I just wanted to give you guys that idea. A lot of people ask, what is a CME gap? What's going on when Bitcoin revisits a gap? Is it going to hit the gap? This is what people are talking about. This is the education you need. Come to my live stream every single day. I will clue you in on all sorts of information like this. There's a plethora of information. There is just so much. And I cover it every single day on my live and give you so much awesome information. I also teach class, have a beautiful Discord, and so much more. Hit the links below my videos and find out who I am. You'll love it. Become a crypto lifer today. I'll see you on the next live stream. Cool. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, for sitting through that. But that's actually important too. I mean, we want that to get out to the masses. We want people to know what's going down, right? So CME gaps for Bitcoin, right? They didn't get a golden cross yet in the CME futures, which is interesting. And it's funny, I never saw this pattern yet. What if we're making this? And that means we're going to break out eventually to 35,000, but it may not happen till November of next year. See that? This would make sense. We would come all the way back. This would be more bear market-esque. We'd come here, we get rejected. We'd flag out. They'd make you think we're going to break. They'd dump us down. This could come all somewhere here. We'd wick to the point of control. They'd bear flag us in here, scare everyone, bring us back in, dance around, bear flag us again, bring us back in, bull crap us, bring it back in, and then flip it, bounce it. This is interesting. This would also make a big head, and this could also maybe make a bigger shoulder. I never thought about this yet till today. You guys are seeing my first time looking at this possibility. Let's take a look at our baby LCX. Sorry, it took me a second. I got sidetracked on some beautiful information that you really, really want. You want that info, though. You really want that information. You want it. And look at the views, 277, 27 on the 77, and almost 77 viewers. One more person jump in. We have 777s. Show me that 777 and show it to me now. Show it to me. Go. Dang. Didn't happen. And went to 752. Funny. All right, let's take a look at LCX. I like Deep House. I try to keep it for Deep House. It plays games. So first thing I do is I look at the daily chart when I'm looking at a coin. All right. And I see that it's pumped up nicely. The 21's starting to get a little far from the 200. That's telling me that it's getting somewhat extended. MACD's about to get across, though, and you do have momentum on the stochastics, all right? Then you can clearly see right here, we had some resistance. We tried to bounce, had some trouble. We tried to bounce here, and we did and maintain that area. We have a resistance here, and we wicked into this next area. I'm just opening up the left side to look at it. And right here. So this is what we have to look at. That's probably our next take profit area at 22 cents. All right. If we get lucky enough to get a move. Let's take a look at now what's happening. Now the daily could be swinging down for a dump. It could happen. We are getting resistance. We can't get back above 13.41. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour looks nice, and it's starting to form some type of consolidation, right? So there's a trend. There's a trend, and you're making a tight trend line, and you got tight moving averages. You got a shoulder head and kind of two right shoulders, almost a complex inverted in a way. Complex inverted head and shoulder. There's the length of the base of that triangle. This looks good for me on the 4-hour time frame. I'd swing trade this on the 4, waiting for the 1 hour to come on in. I mean, everyone's just worried about that 1 hour. 1 hour could ruin the day. It could definitely dump us out and stop everybody out. It could wick down and wick back in. You know, the tight moving averages and the strength of the 4 hour is telling me not to stress it, but you never know. You know, and you'll have trading instinct over time like that. You're not going on feelings and emotions. You're going to go on like how many times you've seen the 4 hour bully the 1, and there's some probability in there. It's subconscious probability over time. There's a lot of things your brain's going to be doing subconsciously while you're trading you're not even going to be picking up on it. As you get into the zone, you're just going to be doing things. You're going to be like, how did I know how to do that? You know what I mean? LCX looks pretty good to me. I like what I'm seeing for LCX. Thank you so much for the super chat. Remember, the super chats are usually brought in by really serious lifers. Some people have charted something out really nicely, and they want to bring it to the show. So everyone thinks it's like, you know, it's always the other way around. Usually the super chats are people giving to the show, giving their knowledge, giving something that they've seen that they highly likely think looks really, really nice, right? Shout out to the Blue Crew. Shout out to Toby, Linares. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Shout out to Board Type Crypto, my man. Don't be bored. I got you. The Don Dada, CBC 5MA, DRS. Sam forgot who he is. LOL. You're the lifer, baby. The bear market just started is the most incorrect thing I've heard in a while. Who said that? You're not ready for what's coming, and it shows. Probably going to call it call it a black swan, but it will be a bunch of FOMO retail capitulating. You're not ready. You're funny yet. I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. Anything could happen. I'm ready for $10,000. I would love to buy $10,000 Bitcoin. You got bad juju, man. I'm removing you from the group. Yeah, I got instincts that you shouldn't be here. And so you're gone. I'm sorry. Bad juju. He doesn't realize that we know how to buy 10K Bitcoin. He doesn't realize that we bought the lowest Bitcoin. He doesn't realize that we were down in the dumps grinding. Actually, we should just move on. And let's get back to the love, baby. See? Being in the 99, so many benefits. Last night's screen share was outstanding. You can't get too much of the lifer. Shout out to Robert G. God bless you, brother. You are all awesome. Sam, I emailed you for the information on joining the group. I do not take care of that. I have a team. I appreciate you saying that, though. Thank you. If I answered every email, I would be like this all day answering emails. I have a team to answer the emails while I stay in the charts all day long, baby. I tutor, I teach, and I chart. And I make content. Rejoining the 99 when I get home from work. God bless you. We're at an all-time high in the trading group, just so everybody knows. We're at an all-time high in the trading group. Trading group has now hit an all-time high. We're at the highest we've ever been. So my life is at the highest it's ever been. Don't you want to be with me when I'm at the highest point of my life, baby? Let's go! Nothing's stopping us. Nothing's getting in the way. We are going to blast to the upside. Nothing but love around us at all times. LCX looks nice to me. Oversold 4 hour. It's just that 1 hour that's the knife, it's the thorn in my side right now. One hour's a little overbought for me. 39,000. Yeah, we want to get to 40K. My B-Day is next week. God bless you, man. My B-Day is coming up too, brother. We hold for, training videos. You don't know this channel, man. Like, before you speak, you should come and get to know us. You know what I mean? You should come to get to know us. Go watch my video where I'm buying Bitcoin at $3,000, man. I've been doing this since 2016. Everybody here is ready for 10K. Everybody here says that we do not know where Bitcoin's going to go. Everybody repeats, we know nothing but the fact of our own ignorance. Nobody feels, believes, or has a thought. It has to be this way. You actually have no clue what you're talking about. You're actually telling us you think you know what's going to happen. We don't do that. We have no clue what's going to happen. GRT, TRB, we already did GRT. FLOKI on KuCoin, Fat HIDOODLES, thoughts on SafeMoon, proof of authority, blockchain, building, smart wallet. I mean, my thoughts on SafeMoon were, I don't know, man. I'm kind of indifferent on SafeMoon, honestly. So, STG, please, thinking about making a bigger bag of this. Okay, shout out to Bryson Gonzalez. May God bless you for the 199 super chat. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate you all for being here. And we got to jump into the news in a second. It's about to be 11:30. We got to jump into the news. Anyway, 39,956. We need 44 more beautiful souls to get to 40K. Can we do it? I would love to see that happen. I would love to see it happen. I know we can. 500 likes, $92 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. Let's take a look at TRB, FLOKI, FET, and HIDOODLES and STG. Let's take a look at TRB. On KuCoin Teller. Okay. And with that, we'll pick up where we... No, and we'll see you next week for our regularly scheduled... Like, how does it go from, like, you know, this is just the funniest, like, I like House, Hopeful, Restless. That's too much. This is hip hop, which, you know, I don't mind, but then you got Soft House. Yeah, that's cool. Just something in the background with a nice 122 BPM. That's what I'm going for. I like a 122 BPM. 122 to 126, 128. I don't like going over 130. I don't like going below 118. All right? So just so you know, if you want to make me a beat, 122 to 128. That's my BPM. Even when I rapped, I would rap on beats like that. I like the fast-paced movement. So look, let's look at the daily time frame. Bouncing, it does want to move to the upside, and you got tight moving averages. You broke out, you broke back in. Interesting. You got a giant double bottom in a way. To me, you're still kind of in this channel, but you're above a point of control. 22-hour time frame is a little spent. May have to kind of go sideways. 4-hour wants to rock. Got a bit of it inverted like most things. Not a lot of strong market structure at the present moment in time, though. Can almost feel like you broke out, broke back in. 1-hour time frame, not looking that great either. It has to cool off like most everything else. This may pump. I'm not a fan of how it looks. You know, it's got no like. It doesn't look as nice as the other one. I mean, you could say this is the pennant it's in. And it is getting tighter in the channel, and it's got tight moving averages. 1 hour comes back down here. It could make a move. TRB. We used to trade this a lot. Possibly 31% swing trade there out of TRB, out of this tight channel. I'm just not a huge fan of it. For some reason, it doesn't have the je ne sais quoi. It doesn't have that lifer vision, so to speak. Shout out to the $20 super chat. Thanks for all you do. New lifer for life. Shout out to Hillbilly Hipster, man. God bless you. Thank you for the love. FLOKI on KuCoin FET. Let's take a look at FET. FLOKI's just going to get pumped on KuCoin out of control probably, but, you know. Now, FET is, you got to look at it on, like, MEXC Global. Everyone, MEXC is this place to be, all right? Link in the description to MEXC Global. Honestly, if you're not signing up to MEXC Global, we're going to do a new campaign. I'm going to reach out to them. We're going to run a new campaign. But check it out. Airdrop to D-Hero AMG game coming out. You can get an airdrop, which is hot. It has the lowest spot and future fees in the entire game. They went to every exchange. They looked at the fees. They lowered their fees lower than any other spot feed in the game. So this is where you want to be. They got futures. They got more ETFs than everybody else. I trade ETFs. They have 5X, 4X, 3X, and 2X. Beautiful. 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 All right? I asked for house music. Starts this like, man. So anyway, MEXC is the place to be. Leverage ETF. You can't get liquidated trading these. I love them. That's how I does. It's how I does. So look, everyone wants to know, that was the hidden bullish. We got a little bit of a bump. Came back down. You can almost say that's hidden bullish extended on the daily. I don't know what's going on, man. How the music got away from me so much lately. So look, swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down, and we're oversold on the daily time frame too as well, right? Tells you we should make a high above that previous high, all right? One thing is you're getting a little far away, and once the 200-day comes out, price likes to do come. I wouldn't be surprised. Just be careful. I'm beginning to build bags. I like to build a bag. Remember build a bear? You could build a bag, right? Sorry, wasn't that good. Build a bear. Build a bear today in Connecticut, right? So check, I see FET. One thing is the 22-hour needs to come down, all right? I'd pull a fib on this, on the 22. And I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up lower at 26 cents. It got pumped up hard. This market got a little out of control fast. However, 4-hour does start to make a bull pennant and looks pretty good to me. So I'm getting some mixed signals. The 22 could be the outlier. It could get pinned by the daily, right? So when you trade the 4-hour, you just have to know, right, that anything is possible for FET USD here. This is on MEXC Global. That looks very beautiful to me. High likelihood of happening. 1 hour needs to come down. Could it just flip? Look, if you're 50 minutes low, entry time. 50 minutes getting low for me tells me that, I like to get in when the 50 minutes low. I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to have to either learn my science or someone else's and figure it out, or you have learned mine, right? But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor or do your own due diligence before any trade, project, or coin that you get into. Definitely do your own research. Never do what you see someone on YouTube do. Just, I saw that. You got to find your own way to do this. If we might help you. We might talk about something. We might help you open your mind up to a new idea, a new possibility. That's the plan, a new way of life. But I am not a financial advisor. Just want to make that extremely clear. I'm a teacher. You're a student. And together, we learn the sauce together. FET could make a move here. But just know that 22 might bring you down a little lower. Right? And don't be surprised if you go to 36 cents and you get stopped out. It could happen. Right? Anything could happen. But a 5-to-1 risk-reward ratio ain't bad. You can also do a 2-9-1 and get pretty deep and almost not possibly get stopped out on that next big move. You never know. It's all about ordering your orders, seeing if you can get lucky. You just layer the money around and see if you can catch it. I just had an idea. You want to buy 10 grand of something or 5 grand of something. So you put 6 grand in the account. Why? Because you want 2 orders that never get filled. So say I wanted 4 grand or say I wanted $1,000 worth of FET. And I put a 250, 250, 250, 250. And I'm just hoping that one day we get a nasty dump and I catch a nice order. Now, when I do this, I'm hoping that one of the last 2 orders doesn't, if you do it right, one of the last 2 orders should not get filled. You see what I'm saying? One of the last 2 orders should not get filled. Oh my gosh, we're almost late for the news. And that brings us to the news, everybody. That brings us to the news. And here we are back with the news. Bernstein, SEC tightening of crypto regulations is not an existential threat. Some in the industry have expressed concern that crypto is actively being removed from the banking system with an attack on stablecoins and custody rules, the report said. Regulatory action against Binance USD stablecoin and issuer Paxos was specific to BUSD and cannot be extrapolated to others such as USDC, Bernstein said in a research report. Some in the industry have expressed concern that the crypto was actively being de-ramped from the banking system with an attack on stablecoins and custody rules. Bernstein notes that Circle, an issuer of USDC, said it had not received any notice from the Securities and Exchange Commission. A stablecoin is a type of cryptocurrency whose value is pegged to another asset, such as the US dollar or gold. So they're trying to rest assured to everybody that, no, we just went after BUSD. We're not going after anybody else. Sony teams up with Ashtar Network for Web3 incubation programs. Sony and Ashtar, that's a big news. Sony Network Communications hopes the program will explore how blockchain technology can solve various problems. Now, they may have just done something together. Sometimes you have to kind of look at this, a lot of, say, partnerships and stuff, and then you see they just like shared a space at an event. So you always have to be careful of this news. It doesn't always mean it's going to be monstrous. But even that alone, the speculation alone could get people thinking a little bit. Sorry, I moved around there. According to the press release, Web3 incubation program will be organized by Singapore-based Startail Labs, a company founded by Ashtar Network CEO Sota Watanabe, and will run from mid-March to mid-June for this year. Application for the program opened in February 7th. Those accepted will be split into 10 to 15 cohorts. Learning sessions will be provided by global venture capital firms such as Dragonfly, Fenshubi Capital, and Alchemy Venture. Wow. I mean, that would be a blessing to get picked to be in that. But that's a big deal. I like what I'm seeing there. Pretty awesome. And The Block, Polychain lead ZK chip startup, Cizik $6 million raise. So zero-knowledge hardware startup Sizik closed a $6 million seed round. I would have liked to have been in on that and known about it. This round was led by Polychain Capital and sees participation from investors including Hashkey and ABCDE. I want to start a hedge fund. I want to know how I bet you I just have to get rich enough so that I can become a seed investor and start to get into these things on the low. That's my game. That's my goal. And then start investing before anyone even knows. A ZK proof is a cryptographic technique that confirms whether a statement is true or false without revealing the statement's contents, how does it do that? And it's amazing. Accelerating ZK protocols, ZK rollups, and more. Developing ZKP chips and the rise of ZK. ZK is going to be the new narrative. It might even be a narrative 18 months from now. Usually we're like 2 to 3 years ahead. You might want to write that down. Then we got ZK dubs, ZK rollups. We got all sorts of coins that have ZK in their white paper. I know them. We'll be privy to them. We'll teach you so much, and we'll help you out. So just information on that too as well. And Timmy, or it's Jimmy now. We'll do Lysergic Jimmy. Jimmy, back to the music. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for the news segment, and we'll get back into those super chats. FLOKI, HIDOODLES, STG, and Blur. Let's take a look at FLOKI, Eno. FLOKI's on MEXC Global 2, another beautiful. It should be on KuCoin, but it takes them a while. Like, it usually takes them a day to get it on. There it is. It's on MEXC Global 2. Already been trading on MEXC, so we have a better chart on MEXC Global. And this thing was mooning. You had to figure it would get a pullback once it hit exchanges, right? So you don't buy things when they hit exchanges. It's buy the rumor, sell the news. You want to sell it when it hits an exchange. Sometimes it pumps with exchange volatility, though. So it's in between on little coins. But you had this cup and handle, too, that blasted to the upside. That was kind of the move. 4-hour time frame showing oversold features. The 22 says, no way. The daily's getting a little high for me. So here we look at this and we flag this out. Some type of flag forming, in my opinion, for FLOKI. We'd like a nice bullish consolidation. But in my mind, something like this looks likely to occur. Pull a mini fib here and see where you could stay and retest. Looking at this area here with the bounce off of the 618.65 area. May even touch our 706, you never know, but that would also be the next resistance. So I'd look for an area to load up on FLOKI somewhere at 38289. If it lost that level, it could go lower to the 786 even. You know, you never know. You always be preemptive for the worst. Is the 1 hour overbought like the whole world? It's not. Just getting sold off because, you know, the news really, I mean, and technically it was in a symmetrical triangle, which break up 50% of the time. I normally see these break down. So even though they're 50-50 patterns, I normally see these break down. That measured move would take you down to where I'm talking to. So it looks like we probably will go lower for FLOKI for a little bit of a sell-off here out of the symmetrical triangle to the downside. That's what I see happening. I could be 100% wrong. You'd never know. We are pretty beat up on the stochastics, and we're getting beat on the smaller time frames. I mean, it's how much lower can it go? You would expect a bit of a bounce. Do we have a bullish divergence in the 7-minute time frame? Slight. You do. Swing to the downside. This swings to the up. That would technically be your bottom for a bounce there. FLOKI, though, not in the best spot right now, waiting to find a nicer pattern to play on, right? Looks like once it figures its way out, though, it could have a nice little run-up, too, for sure, right? And again, it could be making a nicer, like a more, you know, it could be making one of these, too. We'll see which one it picks of the Twisted Sister for FLOKI. I'd expect to bounce. I wouldn't jump in immediately. I don't know if I'd ever buy FLOKI. I believe it may do 100x, it may 50x. You never know. But again, I have enough kind of outlier coins, dark horse coins, memes. But yeah, FLOKI could make bacon on the beach. Let's just take a look at what it looks like on KuCoin for you, just to be nice, in case you're really, you know, you really want to see what the KuCoin chart looks like. I'm a little bit curious of it as well. Not fluky, Sam, FLOKI. All right, get with it, Sam. Get with it. All right, and you can see it hit the exchange. It just got dumped immediately, right? And so we're just going to wait for that to kind of find its peace. And so really, you want to trade it on MEXC Global for the next few weeks until it gets enough action. I would be trading it on KuCoin. MEXC Global already had the sauce, already had the space, already had the liquidity. It's the place to go to trade FLOKI right now. MEXC, baby, MEXC. Shout out to the beautiful people at MEXC and the team over at MEXC. I love the team. I love everyone over there. Max Global, baby. So look, I mean, the 7-minute here could make some moves on this 3. You know, you never know. Bitcoin holding 24,070. And I just want to see a daily close above 24,000. What do I see happening for the day? I see Bitcoin straddling 23.8 to 24,000, really, and battling to get back above 24K most of the day. That's kind of what I see happening if it loses it. I'd love a daily candle to close. We see a buy wall, though. Where is this buy wall now? Sitting at about 23,500, 23,400 area, right? They did just liquidate a lot of longs, too. Look at this. And who is so happy now that I don't use the button and I don't mess up the screen anymore? I fixed that right away. Tried to do something new. Apparently it didn't work for me. You know? 185. Yeah, I don't keep making the same mistakes. Eventually I nip them in the butt, right? So, I mean, this does say you could get lower orders. And you can see there's just so much bigger orders here. We kind of already dug up in here and we ate what we could. It's like, you know, a thief that goes into the, you know, they got what they could and it's going to go to the next place to see what it can get. But look at that, another short liquidation right now as we speak, back to 24,001. It's just nuts how many people just refuse to stop shorting 100x leverage. So crazy to me. Could Jasmine go up 46% out of this? Shoulder, head, and possible right shoulder. It got above a point of control. It's battling a high volume node. It stays above it. It could. The 7-minute may just be a quick spike. But I'm watching Jasmine. It's a nice coin too. I believe it might be something I long-term hold. Wow, right as I said that, the shorts got squeezed again really hard. Look at that. Brr. Each one of these dots is an account getting liquidated on the exchanges. And they're not just getting stopped out, they're losing all their money. 24,110 for Bitcoin. As it kind of goes sideways on the low liquidity Friday, but got a little bit more of a move than we thought this morning. Quite interesting for BTC. All right. Let's take a look at STG. Yeah, I wouldn't get too excited. Everyone gets excited about the news, man. You want to know the news before everybody else. You want to be dumping on their face. You want to be an expert crypto news guy, you know. STG, everyone wants to know, could it continue to go up? What's going on with Stargate Finance? The 1 hour's oversold, which is a good sign after this move. It's in a weird pattern, I got to give you that. We'll try to find, you know, what's going on here. Shoulder, head, kind of, you know, let's look at the smaller time frames. It's just messy patterns. Like, that was a nice pennant. Makes sense of it. This is what happened. I mean, you were in this. This is what it was. You were in this nice channel. You broke out, broke back in. You made this, and you fell out. You fell out of the pattern. So I would go to a bigger time frame at this point. This thing got pumped nicely. So you go to the bigger time frame. You can see that we clearly have some support here. Right there, right there, right there. And we went in a straight line, really, on the daily. The 22 is very overbought. You've been wicked to the downside. The moving averages are starting to get far apart. You're far away from the 21. So this would behoove me to pull a fib and see if we come back down somewhere to the 0.5, 0.618 area and come and retest and touch this 21-day moving average. I don't always tell people what they want to hear. Looks like this could retrace down. It'd be nice for the people that missed that pump and would like to get in to Stargate. A level that it may want to hold is 91 cents. Again, psychological support at $1 may come into play, but it doesn't have it on the chart. So, but I've seen it do what it does. Let's take a look at Blur. I believe Blur is going to be a good long-term play. How could it not? It's on MEXC. It's on KuCoin, right? It's got all the bells and whistles. Was it on MEXC longer than KuCoin? I don't think. It just came out, so I don't believe it was. As I type in MEXC and not Blur. It's crazy when you do a lot of things at once, baby. Let's see MEXC here. Same scenario. Wants to come up on this 1 hour time frame. I'll just go back to KuCoin. All right. My home is KuCoin. I've been trading KuCoin since 2017. I like MEXC, but I just added him to the fold the last year, 6 months. So let's look at what happened. I mean, you got this nice resistance, which you hit a support. You're pushing up with the 1 hour, which is like your bigger time frame. Kind of have a shoulder, head, and a shoulder there. A lot of times I cut off the head of the head and shoulder and just put it back in a wedge. Starting to break out. High risk, high reward for this coin because it's brand new. But it has momentum on the one. It's starting to push up. I would, this is super high risk, everybody. Super high risk. 15 minutes, a little high. You're dealing with that 200 SMA. So I'd be looking for a flag on this 15. Reset down on the Stokes. And when these Stokes reset, if we stay in a flag, I actually may trade this, because I'd like to slowly build a position in Blur. It's funny, you could buy it. You could buy $50 10 times and slowly get in $50, $50, and just begin to build a bag for Blur. We went over it in my trading group. I put out a whole thing about it, right? I'll be nice enough to bring it up again. But if you see the people behind it, you're talking MIT, Citadel. It's pretty interesting. So look, the new Blur NFT is a marketplace for pro traders. We started Blur because we wanted faster platforms for trading NFT ourselves. No one existed with the capabilities we needed, so we built it. We assembled a team with experience across MIT, Citadel, 5 Rings, Capital, Twitch, Brev, Square, and Y Combinator. I mean, if that thing can't make it happen with all that education, then education is a waste of time, right? More shorts getting liquidated again. 331,000, 32 accounts, 32,000, 16 accounts. People just keep getting rocked and wrecked. They just don't listen. They want to continue to short the market. I don't know why. I don't short uptrends. You can do whatever makes you happy. Hot cross buns looks interesting to me. It's called hot cross, not hot cross buns, right? But it's a low cap gem. Very small liquidity. Be careful. But if it gets above that point of control, it's consolidating nicely. I don't see how this thing can't moon. So hot cross is on my radar for 11% gains. All right. HIDOODLES, STG, and Blur. And HIDOODLES is the last super chat that I see here so far, and I could be wrong. HIDOODLES on KuCoin. Bit of a double bottom. I mean, that's a cup and handle where I come from. Around these pots. It's sitting right there on a point of control. It's the lowest it's ever been. Does the daily have that 200 SMA where it could pump up to it? I mean, the 200 SMA is so far away. I don't even think it has one. Yeah, it's too small for that. Look at the wacky move in that. I mean, this thing went up so big and then all the way down. This could be a dead project too, and it could just continue to dump. I mean, you never know. Look how low it is at this point. But will it pump up to the 200 SMA? It very well could be. It very well can. 4-hour time frame suggests you may get that move. I think there's way better out here. You're kind of like, you're begging on the lows. But again, some people in my group have a gift with it. I don't like to dig. I don't like to pick up gum off the street. Like, I don't like to buy something at its lowest possible place. Like, for me, I'd at least want it to break up and bounce here or bounce off here. Then I'll swing trade it for 50, 60. I don't mind if I miss this jump and, oh, I only made a 4X instead of a 10X. Like, and I don't know if I'm willing to long-term hold any high coin. So I don't look at these like a Cardano and an EGLD or anything like that. These to me are just, I swing these are napkins, right? I use them and throw them away. Like, I don't keep these around. These aren't bath towels. All right, these are napkins. All right, these are in and out, and I'm done. That is a cup and handle. It can pump to the upside. The 1 hour has momentum. You have a secondary higher, you have a low, you have a high, you have a higher low. You got to put in a higher high to keep the trend alive. I wouldn't be surprised if it pumps. I'm not a personal fan. I think there's better out there, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Did my super chat for ETHW go through? I don't know. It did now. TETHYS, please. Sorry for bothering you at the end. Shout out to Toby. I don't know what this thing is. TETHYS. TETHYS. I don't know what that is. You're never bothering me, man. I love you, brother. You've done so much for me already in your life. God bless you, bro. Never bothering me. I don't know what this is, man. I can't find it. TETHYS. Okay, TETHYS, $2.3 million market cap. TETHYS Finance. What the heck does it do? What is it? trade, liquidity, earn, referrals. Okay, connect wallet. Okay, so it looks like a DEX, right? It's a decentralized exchange. Trade, liquidity, earn. TETHYS. It's got its own swap. Interesting. It could easily make 100x. People were talking. I'm so bullish of this DEX, which adds up as a perp. GMX fork, just like LVL. So it's a fork of GMX. All right. They will hit very soon with all coins in circulation. No more emissions. That's good to know. You don't want to get dumped on, right? Very small volume. Only place you can get it is at its own swap, right? Looks like it likes the METAS coin. So if you'd like to know more about TETHYS' mission to empower METAS Andromeda network with a fast, secure, reliable, and advanced native decentralized exchange app to handle all kinds of trading. Andromeda, man. That's where the Pleiades is. The Galactic Federation of Light. I'll teach you about the 57 different species of aliens. Nah, we won't go there now. That's for another day. That's for another channel. TETHYS looks interesting, though. I'll give you that. I don't know where I can actually find its actual chart, though. Oh, can you do USDC? Okay, USDT here. Keeps going to METAS. Is TETHYS METAS? I'm confused. See, I don't know why it keeps doing that. It looks bullish. I mean, you'd have to make this idea on yourself, but I like what I'm seeing. Awesome DEX on METAS and Arbitrum. Low cap, supply down, and more than half locked. Interesting. I'm saying it's a 100x coin. It possibly could, right? So possible 100x. You put $500 on it and forget about it. You never know. Might wake up to 50 grand. You know what I mean? Something like that I might do with this coin. You know what I mean? But only so many, right? Wow. Security. SEC targets USD developer Do Kwon for securities violations. Its second allegation this week that stablecoins are securities, and they accused Terraforma Labs and its CEO of defrauding investors. Wow. Didn't have enough trouble with the South Korea authorities trying to track him down. In Serbia, the U.S. Securities Commission announced in February it's suing him in connection with $60 billion collapse in May of USDT Luna. But wasn't it orchestrated by SBF? Which is kind of crazy, right? So weird, man. I feel like they're trying to clean up. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to stay out of it, but I have my own speculative ideas. I'm usually somewhat close to the bun, you know what I mean? But you never know. We never know. DNT and ETH and Wrapped ETH. Let's take a look at District OX, which has actually been on a tear recently, and now it's consolidating really nicely. I believe this thing can pump hard. I like what I'm seeing. The 1 hour looks like it's about to blast. Tight moving averages. It gets above this point of control. It's gone, baby, gone. You knew I was going to like this, didn't you? You knew it. See, people put out these super chats, and they know what I'm going to like. They know what I'm going to salivate for. They're like, that is a piece of meat that Sammy is going to bite his teeth into. Unbelievable. And look, we got a point of control here, too. Very, very interesting. DNT. All right. Let's take a look at our 4 hour time frame. Could ruin the party. Nope, it's oversold. Let's look at our 22 on our daily. Woo-wee. Let's look at our 15. If you're low on the 15, okay, the 15 minute comes low. That means this thing's like 2 hours out from a gain. For me, I like what I'm seeing. This is highly likely. 4.2 risk-reward ratio. Risk 24% to gain 100%. I like this trade. I like this trade a lot. Highly likely. It's been sleeping. It hasn't pumped up yet. Let's even look at its hit to 200 on the daily yet. Doesn't even have enough moving averages to do that, so you can't get it. Okay, it's above on the other moving averages. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. The point of control is why I'm salivating. The tight moving averages are right at the high volume node. Sorry. Point of control, high volume node, probably they're not the same thing, but they're pretty close to me. And you're going to just start realizing the things that I realize over and over again, and you're going to be able to take bacon on the beach. All right? You're going to just take that bacon off the beach every single day. All right? You're going to be counting that bacon. All right? DNT getting tight of the zone. bull pennant. I like what I'm seeing here. Shout out to the super chat for DNT. God bless you all. And if you're in the trading group and you can't make it to the screen share, I do try to post the things that I'm looking at to keep you privy, so you can see what I'm seeing, so you have lifer vision just like I do. You know, oversold 1 hour, 4 hour, 22, and daily. And I've seen something oversold in every time frame and still dump in my face. So just, you know, funny, right? But it can happen. It can happen. AI looks to be forming a parabola. Multiverse AI. I see. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And I got a trade right here that's up a little bit from entry and still holding gains without the stop loss. You know, up 16%, came back down, actually only up 5.96 now. But I like what I'm seeing for AI. As long as it stays above my green zone, this thing is a buy. And we can switch this up now to the symmetrical triangle like we're seeing in all of these. And all these trades, I have so many trades open that are still valid. Didn't hit the stop loss, completely still looking good. I like what I'm looking at for AI, Multiverse AX, Multiverse X, right? Hot coin in the game. So I'm building bags. I'm also building bags, and I'm showing my entire group how I'm building my bag, like what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Just showing them like how, you know, what I do, what altcoins I'm looking at, why I'm looking at them, how I research them, you know, what I look at the market cap, how I compare them, the reasons why I look at one coin and not another, the reason why I look at two coins but get into another, and all that fun sauce, you know. Everybody, that concludes the live stream today at 11:59. We'll take a look at, I mean, the amount of money she earns per month. I'm on Argentina. Our vice president had a 70,000 Argentina peso 4 years ago. Now it's $650. I know, right? They devalued the currency. Hermano, I used to live in Brazil. It went up like no other coin. I'm confused. And somebody wants a little bit of wrapped ETH in the game. And this is the old ETH. You know, the proof of work ETH. All right. Wrap proof of work ETH. I mean, what do you have? You kind of have like a bullish engulfing. A bullish megaphone. 2 hour time frame starting to fall off here. No, it's pushing on. I'm not a fan of this right now. I don't want to look at this. Why are you trading this garbage? You know what I mean? There's a lot of other things going on right now, like AI, and like, come on, man. Like, you got a shoulder head and a shoulder here. You're dumping on the 22 hour. This looks like it's going to dump to me. And I'm probably wrong. And I'm sorry for being rude, but if it loses its point of control, it's going to the value area low. Right down here. It's going to make like the same low or another low. If it holds this zone, fine, it might pump. But it's pushing down on the 22-hour time frame. So that tells you for now that you want to dump. FAR may try to stop you here and hold the zone. And then it may be making like this, like a symmetrical, an ascending triangle that could break you out. I appreciate your hard work. Made me realize how hard I could push too. Every time, man. Phil about to pop again. I think it's lots of people may feel the same. Hey, Sam, thank you, man. Bitcoin needs to go down while Bitcoin holds the area and we'll make money from the alts. Yeah, we got to watch Bitcoin dominance. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. And then we'll look at Bitcoin one more time, and then I'm out of here for the day. Short squeezing again, 167,000 on the account. Just shows that the demand is above the sell. There's just more demand to buy. And so people think they can swing trade, but they don't realize how many outside people just want to jump into Bitcoin now. They think they're swing trading against the bulls and the bears, but they're actually swing trading against retail who's just throwing money into Bitcoin now at this point. It's Friday afternoon. They're all getting paid today. Money, they get their paycheck today. You know how many people saw Bitcoin go up and wish they got in? So the paychecks come out, and you know a lot of people are going to start throwing money into Bitcoin. I mean, as they watch these other countries devalue their currency and they see what's going on, the average person is privy to what's happening. So Bitcoin dominance getting overbought here. We may get a little bit of a rally on these alts tonight. But you're in this wedge that you broke out of. You're out of resistance, double top. We'd love to see a double top here. But you even broke out of that wedge so far. But right now, can we break back down? It's more like this. And do you break at least back down to this area here? That could give a little relief rally for the alts. But Bitcoin's on a bit of a tear here. I would, I'd watch out for Bitcoin. I'd watch out for Bitcoin. Your alts will stay mostly sideways, but, took profits, just a little skinny skimmer. We'll just take a look at the short. Why not? In case. So look, we looked at the short. It barely scalped. It didn't get the move. Even though the 4 hour was oversold, it pumped up without a lot of love. I don't want to make that line. Sorry. It's actually kind of in a diamond too, though. That could break out, right? It's interesting. But that 4 hours overbought on the short and wants to dump on you, and you didn't get above a previous resistance, shows us that Bitcoin's likely to get a move here, right? I mean, the short doesn't look good on the 4 hour. Maybe on the 1 hour. Well, look, you're starting to do this. So maybe one last little dump for Bitcoin, and then a huge pump. So I got you. You might get this on the short. Possible, and it could just go to the pattern here, 14%. So that's a possibility. Watching a short on Bitcoin here on the 1 hour. We'd love to see it dump, but I don't see a huge, So I'm with you on that. But 1 hour only and more high risk. 4 hour is overbought. We want to actually have this just confirm that we dump. I'd love to have this just not play out and Bitcoin kind of stay sideways. Everybody, thank you so much for being here, baby. Appreciate you all. FLOKI gone, baby. Come on, man. You think it's going to start bouncing hard now? I don't know. Have fun trading FLOKI. Maybe it pumps up huge. It's not my coin. I'm an old man. I'm not chasing the memes. Not yet. Not yet, at least. I'm not there yet. Bear's going to get slaughtered on this incoming pump. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I have no idea what's going to happen. I just read that comment. I don't know what's going to happen. I know nothing but the nice suit, dude. Looking sharp. Thank you, brother. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, man. I really don't. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And we'll do a cool little thing. What color are my pants? What color are my pants? You can guess. What color are my pants? The person that guesses the color of my pants, I'll throw you in the trading group. What color are my pants right now? What color pants am I wearing? All right, we got a guy. We got gray, red, beige, blue, brown. They're kind of copper. They're kind of copper. See that? They're copper. Like, they're kind of copper, right? Little copper. I don't know. Could be slightly copper. I don't know. Right? Depends. Anyway. 77. Beige pants. I'll go with beige. I'll take the beige. I'll take the beige. My man said, what did he say? Let's see. Who said beige first, right? Let's see. Oh my God. This went crazy. Psycho Bear said beige first. I'm going to give it to beige. Psycho Bear for the beige. Psycho Bear for beige. Psycho Bear. Create a Discord. All right. As soon as you can. The best way is to make a Twitter, but like, we got to verify you. So you got to use this email, PsychoBear, and you got to email CryptoLifers@gmail. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And I'm out for the day. I appreciate you all. Have a blessed day. And God loves you. Remember that. You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm doing it, so you can too. Be safe. I love you all. 1. Crypto is life.